Hello and welcome to another episode of Put Me in Coach on episode 118 Diamondbacks versus Dodgers Game 2. Lineup of today, Gabe Marino playing DH, Lars Nootbaar at left field, um, James McCain at catcher, and I think the rest is exactly the same. Vargas came in to hit and stuff, and then in the top of the nine, Vargas came in to play third base, and that's pretty much it and stuff. I would definitely say good amount of people did get on base, more than some didn't and stuff. So that's a good sign overall. The only people who did not get a base hit is Marte, New Bar, and Ryan Walshman and stuff, and the rest did get a base hit or more and stuff. For example, Gabriel Marino went 2 for 5, and the rest only got like one hit overall and stuff. So, pretty good overall. It's a very close enough 50-50, but fortunately enough, they're still not like going crazy cold or anything. So some of them are doing pretty good, and some are just like, it's a little there, here, and there, and stuff. It's weird enough of not all of them are very consistent every single time and every single day and stuff. So sometimes enough people are gonna have a good day, and some are gonna have bad days. So it just depends enough of the day, the people we're facing, and the team. So just a matter of fact of that. We're going to go straight to pitching wise and stuff. The starting pitcher for the Diamondbacks, Brandon Pfaadt. He went 7 innings, gave up 2 hits, struck out 2, walked 2, and gave up none runs. So pretty good overall, just going to 7th inning and not really giving up so much and stuff. So that's pretty good for him. Dodgers starting pitcher is Yashuni. I keep really having a hard time saying these Japanese names and stuff. I'm going to do my best. Yashinuba Yakamoto. I can say Yakamoto very easily. Like, that's a very easy, like, last name for a Japanese baseball player and stuff. But his first name, I have a hard time with it, but hopefully I pronounce it correctly. He went 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, struck out 6, walked 3, and gave up no runs. So, overall, of enough of really good, matchup with both of these starting pitchers. Both of them look great overall and stuff. We had a really good pitching match and stuff. So that was pretty cool a game overall, I guess, and stuff. So not really a whole lot of scoring and stuff. So that's pretty much of that. Just let you know, not really a whole lot of hitting, but a lot of pitching was very well good. Then the bullpen for the Diamondbacks, Jonathan Liskia, Gerardo Carrillo, and Brandon Garcia at the end and stuff. So that's pretty good. Some of them gave a couple runs, but that's pretty much of that. Then, fortunately enough, we're going to go scoring. Fortunately enough, we are. I basically took one thing out of the runs and stuff, or no, these are the only runs. I'm surprised of that. So basically, we're going to talk about every run. Kind of crazy. Every scoring the game did and stuff, because there's not a whole lot, and also these are the only ones we have. So Kyle Tucker with a solo home run to make it 1-0 top of the 8th. Corbin Carroll with the RBI triple to tie the game up 1-1 bottom of the 9th. And fortunately enough we actually did a back-to-back triple as well of enough. Perdomo got a base hit, got a triple with actually being the first batter in the 9th, and doing that with no outs in the game and stuff. And then fortunately enough for Corbin Carroll to double that enough to get another back-to-back triple with the RBI just to tie the game up and stuff, with no outs at the meeting and stuff. Fortunately enough, we didn't get another run because Diamondbacks got out Dodgers got out of it and stuff. So that was kind of like a bummer enough. But fortunately enough, it did really excite the fans up and stuff. I was going crazy. Like this is, like I personally like love when the team is trying to have a comeback and they're trying to hustle, and triples are so hard, and sometimes enough of you get lucky when people bobbled it and whatever, blah blah blah, here and there and stuff. But fortunately enough of just good hitting, good speed, hustle, all these typical things, put your heart out there. And, obviously Corbin Carroll is much faster than Perdomo, but, it looks like Perdomo, like, really was really working extra hard just to get that triple. And fortunately enough, he got there. He was saved. He was pumped. Corbin Carroll would make the whole team got pumped enough to literally tie the game up and then going back-to-back triples. It was absolutely insane. And fortunately enough, we did not win the game because Shohei Ohtani with a RBI single to make it 2-1, top of the 10th. That is the final score. To 1-2. Our record now is 62-56. So we're kind of a little range into that. Still, I don't know. We are better over the Phillies, but we're like tied with them. And fortunately enough, the Phillies and the Cubs lost yesterday game, and so that was huge. Just to have that overall, just to keep up with the Phillies and maybe keep up with the Dodgers in the division, and also the Cubs in the wild card spot. So, fortunately enough, it would be cool to get, beating the Dodgers in 8 games in a row and stuff. But fortunately enough, things kind of end at sometimes and stuff. So, it's just a bummer, and just didn't have a whole lot get to it and stuff. And yeah, it's a tough loss. Progress. I just think they need to just keep it up. The batting, I think, in the offense is looking pretty good overall and stuff. I thinking we also need to focus on what actually really matters to the team and the game as well. Enough of when there's people on base, we need to get running and score positions, get that run in and stuff. Get that your teammates to home plate, so you can absolutely help the team. Help yourself as well and stuff, and also helping your teammates in a positive way and stuff. And I think those are huge moments for the team, and absolutely beating our opponents and stuff. So that's what we really need to look for and stuff, because honestly enough, it would be really, really great enough to be huge of enough to having back-to-back comebacks over the Dodgers in the 9th inning. And then fortunately enough, we didn't really do that because, again, like, Corbin Carroll was at third base with no outs. And, fortunately enough, we tied the game up, but we got to win the game, and those are the key moments we need to understand enough of, if Gavin Marino hit that base hit and Muncy didn't catch that, and Carroll would absolutely score. We would actually win a game with another walk-off win and stuff. But fortunately enough, Muncy caught the ball. Good thing enough of he didn't get a double play, and Carroll got back to third base right away and stuff. And then Marte popped it up, and then fortunately enough, it just didn't go at the Diamondbacks' way at the time and stuff. But fortunately enough, it was a little fun enough when Perdomo and Carroll got that triple. So those are the key moments we just gotta look for at the moment, to understand enough of, like, hey, like, this is like, make it easy for us, just do like a little pop-up, or just, like, you don't have to hit a home run or anything, just get a base hit, win the game, and it's all about that and stuff. Just focus on those key moments of where enough of, like, you're literally one way to literally win the game, and we can even capitalize on that and stuff. So just have the right mindset and just get ready. That's the only thing we got to really do. And these are the teams enough of we have to beat, like the Dodgers and stuff. We got to just go out there and just, beat the teams and stuff. So that's pretty much of that. Pitching, I love it, but fortunately, there's a little struggles here and there, but there's more positive than that, and stuff, and that's pretty much that on progress. Yeah, it would be the best. It would be cool to getting a back-to-back walk-off, something over the Dodgers and keeping their leagues and stuff. So, fortunately enough, sometimes it's hard to be consistent in every single game, day, and all the players and stuff. You're not going to win every game. It would be awesome, but fortunately enough, it's just that's how sports works and stuff. But fortunately enough, I'm recording this way late of the day and stuff. Fortunately enough, the Diamondbacks did win the series over the Dodgers, so game three. Will absolutely be later after this and stuff. I haven't really watched the game, so I'm about to do that right now and take notes and all those typical things and stuff. So I'm gonna enjoy that because we did win the series over the Dodgers, and this is the only last games we're gonna face the Dodgers. So that's pretty much of that. I'm gonna do that. You guys absolutely. If you actually enjoyed this episode, I'd be glad for that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.